why people are pro-choice. I'm 100% for the Second Amendment. I understand why when there's a school shooting, people say do something, do something, do something. I will never understand, abide, acknowledge, or accept that an entire political party is against school choice. Getting these kids out of these failing schools where they're trapped, let the money follow them that we're all going to pay anyway in our taxes, and let their parents have a say where they go to school and what is taught there.
I'm going to answer that, then I'm going to answer this question.
Yes,
So,
if you can answer that and then tell us, it goes all the way up to, I think, to the vote.
I think that's a brilliant question. I've been a proponent, and I have a lot of Democratic friends and people I served in Congress with who were. Normally, Republicans have been reluctant to see federal takeovers of things. What President Trump is doing with the universities is basically saying, I need you to sign a contract for us to continue providing resources for research in medicine and technology and aerospace and robotics and many things they do. In exchange for you, if you want those dollars, you have to do these things. I would love for him to do the same thing at the K through 12 level. I get beat up around this table because I've said I want more federal involvement in K through 12 education for the single reason that animated your question. Our schools suck, most of them. Many of our public schools are not measuring up to what these kids need to be learning. What I like about what President Trump has done with the universities is he's trying to do it with the tuition. We've talked about that around this table, about how is it that the numbers keep going up and there's no correlation between the job you get and the amount of money you've been loaned or you had to borrow to go to that school. We ought to deal with that issue. And the president ought to deal with it in a big way. For Republicans that like, or people who support President Trump who like what he's doing with these universities, I remind you of one thing. This president is a tough one. It could be a dangerous one because once you have a Democrat again who says, you know what, I want to now go to universities, Ivies and other state universities, and others who say, you know what, you're going to not get federal money unless you do what I want you to do, unless you have an agenda that's consistent with what I think is right. I think that's wrong. We have great universities in this country. Some are Ivy, many are not, who are contributing to making America a much stronger and better place. People come from around the world to our schools. So make them better, Mr. President. The best thing you can do is to make them cheaper, to make them more accessible, and hopefully build some of these vocational schools the president talked about that he and the Secretary of Education were negotiating with Harvard.
Greg, a White House official told me just yesterday that DEI probably cost the federal government about $95 billion and counting. So it really is about the way we're spending taxpayer dollars. Look, big tech, Hollywood, media, academia, most of Wall Street, NATO, UN, all of these institutions are against Trump. He's